people in the audience think if you had more confidence, you'd probably be achieving more than what you're achieving right now? Anyone? That's exactly what I would like to talk to you about this evening. But before I go into how to build confidence, what is confidence anyway? We've all heard people say, oh, so and so is very confident. But what does it really mean? I mean, to me, the best way I can describe confidence is having the belief that you can achieve anything that's thrown at you, or anything you're not 100% sure you want to achieve, but it's just that belief that, yes, I'm going to be able to go after X, Y, and Z and achieve it, even without knowing everything. In fact, I had someone say, one of the best things, one of the best qualities that any human being could ever do is to have confidence in themselves, and not in an egotistic way, but just that belief that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So, what are some of the ways that you can use to build confidence? The first one is, like, if you want to change anything in life, the first thing is self-awareness. And how does self-awareness connect with confidence? See, when you're going to do something and you experience some fear, if you can acknowledge that fear, that it's only showing up because you haven't done X, Y, and Z, that just alone is a stepping stone towards going after whatever you set out to achieve. For example, when I set out to do my first public seminar all by myself, I came up with all sorts of excuses, that negative chatter that talks to us. Come, what if no one shows up? Come, what if you stand up to speak and your mind sits down? Come, what if your best friend, who you expect to show up, calls you and says, come, I can't make it. And here I was, battling with this negative self-chatter. But because I knew it's part of what happens when you're trying to step outside of your comfort zone, so I was aware, so I said, shut up, I'm doing this, I'm not going to stop. The next one is self-talk and visualization. I wish I had so much time, I would have gone into details, but we've all heard about self-talk and visualizing what it is you want to achieve. 2-3 weeks before I went for that seminar, every single morning when I woke up, I was visualizing the audience, I was visualizing standing and presenting, I even visualized what if I was lost for words, what could I do? I visualized myself taking a deep breath in and just relaxing and interacting with the audience. In fact, I've done it so many times. In the mornings as well, sometimes I kept talking to myself. My daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, she didn't say this to me, but I could see she was probably thinking, is Dad running mad or what? He's talking to himself so much. Because I kept talking to myself over and over again. Come, you can do it. Come, you can do it. And that's what I want you to do. Next time you're going into a situation and you start getting fearful, just starting talking to yourself. And the best word I ever heard someone say is, instead of saying, oh, I'm so fearful, what if people don't like me? What if I run out of words? Just say, I'm excited. I'm excited. And I kept saying that. Everyone who kept saying, "Come, are you nervous?" I said, yes, I'm nervous, but I'm excited because this is going to be my first speech. And when I said it, they were like, "Come, aren't you nervous?" No, I'm excited. So use it. The more you say it, it will overrun that negative self-chatter, which I was having before I went for my seminar. So the other one, which is one of my favorite, is ignore what people say. See, when you're going after something you've never done before, people, I like to call them naysayers, will come out of nowhere and say to you, this has never been done before. You haven't got the skills. You haven't got the qualifications. Remember that day when you wanted to pursue that dream, when you want to achieve X, Y, and Z, and you fail? Next time that happens, just remember, what people think of you is none of your goddamn business. Let them say everything they want to say. See, one of the most important words or sentences I've ever heard, someone said, remember, whatever you're going after, God did not give your dream or goal to that other person. God gave that dream to only you. You only know what's within your heart of hearts. So if you want to build confidence, you've got to have that mentality that what people think of me is none of my business. Accept a constructive criticism. But if people are trying to talk you out of your goals and dreams, just place them and move on. In fact, that reminds me of a quote that I had that I really, really like. And it's from Christina Graham. And it says, confidence is not they will like me. Confidence is I'll be fine if they don't. And then the last step to building confidence, Duncan mentioned this at the beginning, practice, practice, practice. You can also add on and preparation. I call it the 2 P's. See, when you practice, when you prepare, the chances are you're going to be able to execute whatever is thrown at you. If you look at all great achievers in life, that's all they've done. It wasn't that they were skilled. People like Kobe Bryant, people like Michael Jordan, greatest basketball players of all time. They weren't skilled in the beginning, but what they did is they practiced and practiced and practiced until they couldn't practice anymore. If you use these steps, ignore what people say, visualize what you want, know within your heart of hearts that with God's grace, you can go through anything. And if you just practice, you'll be able to build unstoppable confidence.